All right, any status updates?
I have something to share about the intro video, but I'll wait. Like I put it on the agenda.
Okay. Any updates on user research?
Yeah, I can talk about a little bit. So we had the second of our 2 share out sessions at office hours last week. And I think we had a few sort of concrete action items that came out of that discussion. Sam Pianado, he's not here, but I'm hoping that we can help sort of solidify those and basically try to carry on doing user research in some fashion. You know, maybe not as part of this like focused, highly coordinated between 2 people project that has been so far, but you know, maybe kind of establishing some practices throughout the project that could help filter some of the conversations that are happening into some place where they can be, you know, valuable to others. I did have a question about, you know, like data privacy concerns that have come up in the past when we tried to, you know, we talked about doing a survey at one point, and there were some concerns that, you know, as a CNCF project, like what do we do with that data? Do we, you know, like there was just some hesitancy there, and I'm wondering who's the right person to talk to about that, because I feel like any kind of coordinated effort of gathering data from individuals is going to have these concerns. So what do I do about that?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd say open a service desk ticket with CNCF. I don't know, you know, I don't know if there's a category that fits it, obviously, but like they tend to just like, you could open something in the totally wrong category and it's the same people and they'd still help you. So take your best guess. And I think even if it's an open-ended question, they're usually really responsive. Like when we had that, well, I think it's never really got resolved, but there was that website that was using a logo that was like the same as ours, but tilted. I don't think we ever got resolution, but they were really helpful about it. So.
Okay, I'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah, just let me know if you need the link or anything.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'm still like trying to reset my password. I keep trying to get these emails, but yeah, I'll take a look at that.
All right. Unlabeled issues. Is that all? Sorry.
No, that was it. Yeah. I'll be back with what I learned.
Okay. Doesn't look like there's any unlabeled issues. So, Gail, you want to talk about the intro video?
Yeah, thank you. So, few people put like a script, and on Friday I tried to combine all of them to one script so we can move on. I really want that as much people as possible will review it before we're starting to actually work on the video itself. Wondering whether it will be the best to share it tomorrow in the working group, or just to schedule another meeting so people can arrive and we can talk about it. Just wanted to hear your thoughts about it, because it's pretty short. It's like a few lines because it's only like a 1-minute video. But it's important that we'll pick the right sentences.
Yeah, I think we should iterate on it. Like I'm sorry, I haven't had a chance to have my feedback, but if we bring it to the working group, I would say bring it more as like, this is what we've established, like this is what we've decided, and sort of imply that it's not open to feedback at that point. I worry that if we bring it to the working group, it'll just reopen a whole bunch of things, a whole bunch of questions that maybe have even already been answered. So that'd be just my suggestion, is let's like harden it as learning team and with whatever inputs you've got, and then we can sort of present it at working group rather than like open it up for deep feedback. Not that we wouldn't, take any feedback, but it might just make the conversation a little tighter.
Yeah, this is why maybe it's better, I don't know, to schedule a separate like half an hour meeting that only
Yeah, I'd be okay
people
with that.
care about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe that's the right thing though.
Yeah,
Like if people don't care enough to show up, then
exactly. Okay, so
What
maybe I'll
about a-
schedule it. Sorry.
Oh, this is an idea, but like at one point Javier had said something like, "This is a learning." I mean, I think he said both things, but like maybe like a sub team RFC for the learning team, so that it's there for anyone to look at, but it's also clear that it's scoped to learning. I don't know. It's just an idea.
yeah, I mean,
Actually-
that makes sense. I don't think it requires an RFC, but it's like, seems fine. And I definitely agree with that. Like, sort of, it establishes who has ownership of it and how we're going to make a decision about it.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I'll ask
Because-
Javier again his opinion about it, but yeah,
It could be
then
like
everyone-
a really, really simple RFC too. Don't assume that like, because it's an RFC, it has to be like long and drawn out. Like it can just be
Yeah.
like a one sentence statement, one sentence motivation. And then the how it works is just this. It's just the text,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, yeah. Okay, I'll do it. I'll either do this or I'll schedule a meeting or both. I'll think about it and I'll share it tomorrow at the working group. Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for doing this.
Sure. I don't think that there is anything else on the agenda.
I just wanted to ask about one thing. So in the last meeting, we were like trying to tackle these two issues around comparisons with Dockerfile. So I was taking a look at the existing feature comparison matrix we have. It's mostly against other tools that sort of do auto detection, and uh, they're not tools like Dockerfile, which users have to provide their own set of instructions. So there are a couple of tickets to add like Dockerfile to that feature column. Does it make sense to just add that? Because it won't really apply, like Dockerfile won't really apply to a lot of those rows. And it has like some other features where like users may want to default to Docker files when they can't use Buildpacks or something like that. So should we instead have like a different page related to like tools that use a Dockerfile like approach to building container images, where the app developer provides instructions and has more fine-grained control over what the output image is, versus like source to image tools like Buildpacks, S2I, or Go, or something like that? Or do we want to just put it where it is right now?
Is this on the features page? No.
Yeah. So
Where? Yeah. Where? When you say where it is right now, I'm not sure what you mean.
yeah, like the comparison matrix that's there in the features page. Should we just
Oh
have
yeah, down at the bottom.
file there, or should that be like a separate thing where you compare source to image tools versus something like Dockerfile, which is not exactly that?
Right.
Because I guess you would, like, one question that people asked is when you would use Docker files over Buildpacks. I mean, I guess if you're creating
Yeah.
like base
So
images,
I think I don't think I might be wrong about this, but I don't think most people think about that differentiation between source to image versus what Docker file is. Like, I think for most people, unless you're like in the container image building space, like it's just stuff that turns a repository into a Docker image. So that doesn't bother me that it's sort of an apples to oranges kind of thing. I think I've even heard people ask why Docker file isn't in that matrix.
okay, because like there are like it might be a biased view if we compare Docker file against Buildpacks and against those criteria. Like there are things that Buildpacks
Yeah.
can't do, which Docker files can, and we don't really have that in the matrix right now. Like
Mhm.
having the flexibility to change anything or running things as root. I mean, running things as root can be a feature or like a security
Yeah.
on who you ask. So,
Mhm.
like, I'm not sure where to put those sort of things in that feature matrix. Like, if someone wants to, like, let's say we don't have stack packs right now, and I want to, like, you want to say that until we have that, like, if you're doing such operations, you may first have to build your run image or build image using Docker files and then put build
Yeah.
something
I
like that.
think I think if you're gonna go into that kind of detail, like the root's a good example where, like, is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's complicated. It depends what you're doing and whatever. That sounds like it would be better in the docs, like maybe under reference. I'm looking at what else is here. Yeah, because like we have an explanation of reproducible builds here. I
Okay.
think that's like the same kind of thing where it's like, this is information you need. It kind of doesn't fit neatly in anywhere else. So I could see it being just like a comparison to Docker file page right there.
Okay. And
If you want to try and work it into that table, I think it's fine. And I think it would be good, but like, yeah, that kind of stuff we were just talking about feels like doesn't really make sense there.
so should I just try and work Dockerfile into that table and also have like a separate page for like if you want a more in-depth comparison of Buildpacks versus
Yeah, and
Dockerfile?
just link to it from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can give it a try. I mean, you might start doing it and then feel like, this just doesn't work, and that's fine. But yeah, I mean, if it does, like, I think it would make sense to add it. So. But yeah, maybe see what Javier says too before you put too much time on it, because I'm not sure if he totally would disagree. I don't think so though. All right, anything else on the agenda that we need to discuss?
Nothing on the agenda. Oh, sorry, I didn't send this to everyone. I just wanted to pass on like this cool, Emily shared this with me, like description of documentation and different types of documentation that in reading it just got me thinking about what we have and where our gaps might be. It's just if you're interested, I found it pretty useful.
Is this like a tool?
I think this is like yeah, they are in the container space, I believe, and this is like their manifesto. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, but they're not specifically a documentation tool. This is just,
No.
yeah. They're doing some thought
like,
leadership on.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, thanks for sharing. This looks cool.
I wish we had more time to work on our docs. I always feel like if I had unlimited time, I would gladly spend time writing docs, but then it's a problem, right?
Yeah, I agree. or sympathize.
Can put it in Slack too, so that anyone who's not at this meeting can find it.
There's a equivalent to writing documentation to Google Summer of Code. I think they launched something recently, which is
Mhm.
Docs or Google Summer of Docs or something like that.
Season of docs.
Yeah, something like that.
We
Yeah.
missed the deadline for organizations. It's in March. But yeah, I think having more people interested in contributing to our docs would be amazing. How do we make that happen?
Guess we could try and find some similar programs which are, or like some way to surface issues in the docs repository to a wider audience. I don't know. I think I've usually seen like students or like people who are willing to contribute to a project when they want to start. Uh, they like all of them have to go through the docs to figure out what Buildpacks does, and they might come up with like, "Hey, I didn't understand this," or X or Y. There's this really nice page for Mozilla which is called where is it? It's this nice page where like anyone new to the Mozilla project, if they want to figure out what they want to like what they can do to contribute with their skills, like you answer a bunch of questions like what's your area of expertise or what you're interested in, and it points you to like here's an issue you can help out with, or like here's a repository which you may be interested in. I don't know if CNCF has something similar. So like I know lots of people would be willing to contribute to CNCF projects. So if you have like, hey, I'm interested in learning more about containers or Docker, but I'm like someone new and I want to help out with docs. If we had something like that, we could drive like some contributors to the project way.
We're just taking a look. A trail map. Huh. Nothing jumps out on their website like, where do I get started? Oh, here's start contributing. Let's see what happens when I click there. Oh, I want to be or am a maintainer. I want to be or am a contributor. Click. And then gives you a list of projects. Incubated projects. We're still listed in sandbox projects on their contributors page. It's interesting. Is that a thing that we could ask? I mean, I'm gonna be reaching out to the service desk anyway for the data stuff. Like, well, first of all, moving us into the incubated sandbox. No, we shouldn't be in sandbox anymore.
Where did you see that?
It's, I think Sam just posted the contribute.cncf.io/contributor.
Oh, yeah. Looks like another help desk ticket.
Yeah. I can file that if I'm gonna be filing one anyway.
I think it's a GitHub repository. I guess we can just edit it and move it.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I know why they call it incubated as opposed to incubating. So confusing. But it would be nice if this page had like, because it has like project name, focus, primary language. Maybe if it had like a help wanted and like, just you could, like maybe you want help on a specific repository, or maybe you want help on your docs, or, like just a place for people to go as opposed to like, I'm on the Buildpacks.io website. Although we could also put that on our website, like, want to get started? We love docs contributions or something. I don't know.
I think someone created an issue that like our community section doesn't link back to our community repository, which has like how to contribute, what's the governance process, etc. So maybe the community section can have like a how to contribute to Buildpacks or something like that.
Can we capture these as like possible action items? I've been taking little notes. I'm just gonna drop them into the document. I can make them. Let's see, let's put this. Does anyone want to own the how to contribute page? If not, we can assign it to Javier since he's not here.
Say what? To owner which page?
Oh, sorry. I guess just adding, a clear direction on our website or on our community page. It's like, if you're interested in getting involved, here's where you get started. And there's probably a couple ways we could do that, but I'm just like, see what makes the most sense. You can tag me I'll talk to Javier about it, see what we want to do here. Anything else? We're at time, but any last words?
Oh.
All right. Guess that's
All right. See y'all later.